It's the MasterChef final.
There's no kind of grey area. It's either you've won it or you've lost it.
Searching for Britain's best amateur cook.
I want that little bit more. I want to win this.
136 contestants who all believe they have undiscovered talent.
Whoever cooks the best today is going to win.
Whoever wins, it'll change their life.
Cooking doesn't get tougher than this.
MasterChef has crowned some exceptional winners.
The winner is Thomasina.
It's James. Matt.
Who have gone on to take the professional world by storm.
I'd always had this dream of opening a Mexican cantina. Service! And MasterChef made me think, I can really do this. We're now opening our third restaurant. I still think that one day I'm going to wake up and it'll all be a dream. But right now I'm enjoying every minute of it.
It really has changed my life. I'm now living a mile from the sea. I've got a great job with Rick Stein. Doesn't get much better than that.
What I wanted when I went on the very first show was a place near the sea.
Right, who's sharing this?
Because of MasterChef, I am living the dream. I mean, this is what it was all about.
Who will be next to join their ranks? Tonight, either Dhruv, Alex, or Tim will be crowned MasterChef champion.
This is it. Crunch time. Never before has a competition been so close. It is extraordinary. I can't separate these three right now. They have put everything they've got into this competition. They want this title.
I've invested so much time, effort, emotion and energy into it that not to win would be really very disappointing.
Today's a culmination of years of dreams and hopes and ambitions, so just got to do myself proud and make sure I cook to the best of my ability.
I feel closer to the title now than I have at any point in the competition. If I perform well, if I cook at my best, then maybe I can win.
They now face 3 final challenges. First, they're back where they started, creating one perfect dish from a mystery box of ingredients.
I still believe in you, but you can't afford another slip-up.
Then they'll travel to Europe, to the pinnacle of culinary perfection, 3 Michelin star restaurants.
Make it beautiful, make it like we do it.
Finally, they must draw on everything they've learnt to produce 3 faultless plates of food.
I don't really know where you're going with this, but I am rapidly falling in love with it. These 3 not so long ago were amateurs. They were in their own home kitchens and they have become extraordinary cooks. Now they have to really turn it on.
Norwich children's doctor Tim is hoping to leave the medical world behind.
I work as a consultant paediatrician. It's very satisfying, it's very rewarding, but I have this desire and passion to move towards a full-time career in food. When I first applied to be on MasterChef, I didn't have any realistic expectation at that point that I would do as well as I have done, and what I've achieved and how much I've developed as a cook. It's been incredible.
From the moment he walked through the MasterChef doors, Tim is impressed with some truly elegant and technical dishes.
Absolutely lovely. Well done. Really rich chocolate mousse, I think is fantastic.
I don't know about how good a doctor you are, but I think get into food.
But his food hasn't always hit the mark.
I find that a very harsh, peppery finish.
It is not a soup, it's more like a porridge.
Sorry, Tim, I don't like that one.
Rachel and the children have all told me how proud they are, and you can see it on their faces, you know, when I get home.
We're incredibly proud that he's got this far, and just really proved that he can cook really well and that he can actually make his future career in food. The dream really is to own and run my own restaurant in Norfolk in kind of a close-knit and sort of a family-run way. I love really detailed, intricate desserts, so I think people would go for a steak frite and a crazy delice with 3 macaroons on top. Yeah. Other than my wedding day and the birth of my children, winning it would be up there with the proudest and most incredible moments of my life.
South Londoner Dhruv wants to turn his passion into a career for him and his young family.
Food has always been a kind of integral part of life. Dad being English and Mum being Indian, from the word go there was going to be a wider range of influences than I suppose normal. Most, if not all, of my Indian teaching has come from my mum.
Ever since he was a little boy, he loved to be in the kitchen when I was cooking. He'd often ring me up and say, do you think I should put this spice into it or that spice into it? And now, often I find myself asking him. Yeah, I'm very, very proud of him. What can I say?
Right from the start, Dhruv's fusion style has delivered stunning flavours and beautiful dishes.
Rarely do I taste something as complex, yet as elegant.
Shortbread just melts in the mouth. It's absolutely beautiful.
That's a serious dish.
Thank you very much.
But he can give himself too much to do.
I don't see how you're going to get all the lamb done and the puris made and the duck done in an hour and a half.
I wanted it to be a great dish, but yeah, I'm just not pleased with it.
What's burning? I can smell something burning.
I've got a wife and a son, and I've got a great job, and I found myself in this position whereby everything's going swimmingly and I'm very happy, but there's that gap, that hole, that kind of nagging itch, which is the cooking. Hi. I'm afraid you can't climb down there.
If he wins this, then he's succeeded in something that he never thought he could. I just know how much he wants it. Sorry.
Aileen's always said that if I'm happy doing what I do, then I'll ultimately be a better father. So if I can cook professionally, be proud of my achievements and be a better dad, then I couldn't think of anything else I'd be left wanting for, really.
26-year-old Alex lives in the Cambridgeshire countryside with girlfriend Charlotte and loves the rural lifestyle.
Food's a massive part of my life out here. I'm a freelance writer. I cook and then I write about what I've cooked. I love the slower pace of life. I love taking things easy and picking things off the branches.
Quite sour, isn't it? Really.
I think Charlotte would love to be a part of a foodie dream. She knows that I would be very happy in a kitchen and serving food to paying customers. Yeah, she'd like that very much.
He loves entertaining, he loves pleasing people with food, and I think that's what he does so well.
I cannot be bothered peeling 400 of these.
I'm so pleased that he's getting the recognition that his talent deserves.
His modern and sometimes experimental style has produced some truly memorable food.
Ah, that is so cool.
Thank you.
It's a lovely mix. Very nice.
I don't believe you have never done pastry before. You are super gifted.
But his dishes haven't always been successful, and he can divide the crowd.
It has the texture of meat dripping. It's not good enough. It's not.
I think if I hadn't been told that it was a pig's ear, I may have enjoyed it a little bit better.
I've surprised myself at every stage of the competition. Experiences that I never thought possible, and achievements that I never thought would be within my grasp, and I'm very pleased with what I've achieved. This is the most amazing experience possible, and I want to see it end in success. It's as simple as that.
This is the invention test. It's the first test you ever did on MasterChef. Back then, we were looking for an amateur who could make it as a professional. Now, we want to see that professional. Gentlemen, one extraordinary plate of food. 60 minutes. Let's cook.
The ingredients include rack of lamb, langoustine, celeriac, lemon sole, spinach, Jerusalem artichokes, carrots, pears, and chilies.
There's only a couple of challenges to go, and what I want to try and do is just believe that I'm good enough, because I am good enough. I'm feeling really confident in how I'm cooking at the moment. So I think I've got a really good chance of winning it.
You've had 20 minutes.
Now I've got to nail absolutely every challenge because there's not that many left. There's no room for error, so I've got to make sure that the opportunities that come up I do to the best of my ability.
Gentlemen, you are halfway.
This is it. This is what it's all about. From now on in, everything's got to be faultless.
5 minutes, guys. That's it. Time's up.
Tim has made a fish soup with langoustine tails and pan-fried fillet of sole, served with a rui.
I think it looks absolutely lovely.
Thank you.
You've got that sweetness from the langoustine, lovely fresh fish flavour, and you've got an almost caramel sweetness that's come from the beauty of that stock that you've made. But the soup itself is not thick enough.
Okay.
It's too watery.
Okay.
It tastes absolutely fantastic. But there's nothing to hold on to. I want to have something a little bit more solid so that I can enjoy those flavours that little bit longer.
Okay. Yeah.
Drew's dish is roasted rack of lamb, spinach spiced with fenugreek, celeriac puree with cardamom and chili, spiced poached pears, and a red wine and lamb jus.
Fenugreek and the quality of the jus against the lamb, I think, is delightful. But the pear, I think, is just an unnecessary step.
Okay.
Everything on your plate is cooked very, very well. Your lamb is wonderful and soft, and the flavour that is inside that spinach is absolutely wonderful and holds the whole dish together. The pear, I think, was a risk, but I think the risk paid off. I actually think the dish works really, really well indeed.
Alex has made mustard-crusted lamb with dauphinoise potatoes, spinach, glazed carrots, a Jerusalem artichoke puree, and a sauce made from the lamb juices.
The vegetable side of your plate is cooked absolutely perfectly. Rich dauphinoise, soft spinach, drained well, and your little Jerusalem artichoke puree. But the lamb was undercooked and now has become overcooked because you had to finish it off in the pan, and your sauce has split. Some of it I really like, but it's not right.
It's a greasy finish, and your meat is chewier than it should be. It's overcooked.
I'm just completely gutted. I mean, there's no excuse for that at this stage.
Well, I still believe in you, but you can't afford another slip-up. None of the dishes were complete today, and they all had mistakes in them. But you can see the cooks they are and their strengths inside that food. In Dhruv, it's that Asian spicing. I mean, he does great fusion food. With Tim, everything he cooks virtually to perfection. That fish was cooked beautifully. The flavour that was coming from that soup was incredible. Alex, presentation, really good. He had the best thought-out plate out of anybody here. But errors. Lamb overcooked, sauce split. But you can see the fantastic cook inside him. See it a mile off.
They are here because they are fantastic. And you and I are expecting extraordinary things in their last 3 plates of food. But firstly, let's get them amongst some of the greatest restaurants in Europe and see how much they can pick up on the way. We are sending each one of our finalists to a 3 Michelin star restaurant.
This is enormous. They are going to get one-on-one tutoring from some of the best chefs in the world.
1 pigeon, 1 beef.
Mark Haberlin is the head chef of the legendary L'Auberge de Lille in Alsace, northern France.
I think this probably is the most demanding and hardest cooking challenge I've faced. This is a place that's had 3 Michelin stars for a very long time, so they expect absolute perfection, and that's what I've got to do today.
Massimiliano Alemo has propelled Le Calandre in Rubano, northern Italy, to its 3-star status.
I'm desperate to impress the chef. He's taking a risk letting me in the kitchen. You know, that puts the pressure on, and I've got to cook at my best.
Johnny Boer runs his 3-star restaurant De Liebrige in Zwolle, northern Holland. Along with his wife Therese, they have converted the 15th century former monastery into a culinary hotspot.
We're cooking at the highest standard, while an amateur is just used to cooking at home, really. Yeah, it's quite a frightening prospect.
There is no way in the world our 3 finalists are not going to be nervous entering those kitchens, but they have to hold their nerve.
Qu'est-ce qu'on va lui faire faire, lui? Qu'est-ce que tu as des champignons à mettre?
In Alsace, chef Mark Haberlin oversees L'Auberge de Lille, the restaurant his great-grandfather opened 170 years ago.
Hi, Tim.
Good morning.
Good morning, good morning. Good to see you. We had a lot of work. Follow me to the kitchen.
Okay.
They have held 3 Michelin stars for 42 years, and many of those original dishes still appear on the menu today.
It's okay.
Tim will have to recreate the classic côtelette de pigeon, an elegant dish with truffle and cabbage that requires absolute precision.
We remove breast. Be careful not to leave too much meat on the bones.
Yeah.
You want to do one?
Yeah, that'd be great.
Put the legs in the stock for 2-3 minutes. A little bit cognac, a little bit port wine.
Wow. Is that cold fat?
Cold fat. You have to go. Bit like a small hamburger. Very thin, not too thick, very thin, make it very thin. It's okay. And now the leg.
Leg on top, okay.
Very good.
It looks so tasty, it's not even cooked. I just love it. That's pretty good.
Very nice, excellent.
Thank you.
You can stop medicine and begin cook here. And you will serve it this lunch for a guest. You will do it.
I'm the amateur English bloke who's pitched up in a 3-star Michelin French kitchen. And just kind of hoping they're the Michelin inspectors don't pitch up for lunch today and order the pigeon, but...
Buongiorno. Welcome to the Culinary. I'm Massimiliano.
Pleasure to meet you, Chef. Thank you for allowing me into your kitchen.
It's a pleasure.
In Italy, Le Calandre is renowned for Chef Massimiliano's ingenious reinvention of traditional Italian cuisine.
Just unbelievable.
In his family for 3 generations, it gained its 3rd star after he took the helm. Aged only 28, he was one of the youngest chefs ever to achieve this accolade.
So today we make this dish with rabbit.
During service, Alex will be responsible for the grilled rabbit sandwich with mozzarella spaghetti, aubergine sorbet, and an oregano, caper and tomato sauce.
It's such an intricate dish. It's so well composed. It's like a symphony.
Alex's biggest challenge will be to master the demanding technique of making the aubergine sorbet using liquid nitrogen.
Here I put some nitrogen.
There's some seriously clever techniques going on here. There's a lot of science involved. It's very clever cooking indeed.
After cooking and mashing the aubergine, the liquid nitrogen is added to instantly freeze the puree. It has to be vigorously stirred to ensure that it is perfectly smooth.
It's amazing. It tastes more like an aubergine than an aubergine.
For me, it's the best way to make this kind of sorbet.
I can see why.
Everybody who comes in the restaurant gets a little ice cream.
In Zwolle, Johnny Boer gained his 3rd star just 8 years after taking over De Liberger.
In Holland, everybody eats cheese.
Right.
His incredible attention to detail led him to create his own glasshouse complex to ensure that all the produce used meets his exacting standards.
I think it's a little bit a dream for a cook to can collect what you want, and then your creativity is going to work.
During service, Dhruv has the daunting task of making Johnny's very complex interpretation of the crab and shrimp cocktail.
This is the North Sea crab we use for the crab cocktail.
Trying to block out the fact that I'm in a 3 Michelin star kitchen, yeah, it's actually quite terrifying.
The crab meat must be thoroughly checked under ultraviolet light to ensure that all the shell is removed.
You have to make sure that nothing in it, because when a customer eats the salad of the crab and they have a little piece of it, there's at least 1 star gone. Now we make a little garden. This is wild rice. It looks like earth. And you put it in the ground like in the glass house. And the flowers, don't use that thing. You spit it out.
I've just haven't stopped grinning since I woke up this morning, really. It's a prawn cocktail at heart, but it's just theatrical, it's original, it's artistic, it's amazing.
This is the seed of basil. And this is my cocktail in dreams. And maybe it becomes your dream.
The attention to detail is absolutely vital. sort of putting together all the different components before assembling it. So there's quite a lot to do.
It's lunchtime, and across Europe, service is about to begin. A Michelin inspector can visit one of these restaurants anonymously at any time, so these chefs are taking a great risk allowing amateurs to cook in their kitchens. The finalists will now have to deliver 3-star standard food to the restaurant's guests.
Et ça marche de saumon pour suivre un riz de veau. Team first order. 2 nouveaux pigeons.
Oui, chef.
In Alsace, Tim now faces the challenge of delivering the côtelette de pigeon to Michelin standards.
He's going to be busy for lunch. Very busy.
I think the hardest part is just cooking the pigeon to perfection. It's incredibly easy to over or undercook it.
Put the pigeons here. Cooking is very nice. Perfect.
Small victory.
And put the sauce. Okay, we go. Let's go. Perfect. C'est bien.
Merci, chef.
Good presentation. It smells and tastes very good.
C'est excellent, vraiment très bon.
Fantastic feeling, actually. It looked really cool as well. I was very pleased with it.
Okay, Alex, you can go with churabi.
See.
Alex must now grill the delicate rabbit sandwich, make the mozzarella spaghetti, and then tackle the challenging aubergine sorbet.
You can feel it change consistency.
Perfect. It's perfect. The temperature is okay. You can go.
Yeah. This is 3-star food. It doesn't get any better than this. The dish has got to be spot on, and I know that if it's not, it won't even leave the kitchen.
Alex can now begin to plate the dish, first spraying the rabbit with an aniseed essence.
Now you can go speedily. Okay.
Yep.
Perfect. Perfect. Perfecto. Very good.
Thank you, Massimiliano.
The cooking are perfect. The rabbit was very, very good, very tender, and the eggplant sorbet was very, very nice.
I felt so proud seeing my food go out. Obviously, of good enough quality to be worthy of 3 Michelin stars, which it's quite an honour, really.
At De Librege in Holland, Droeve has an order for the Cocktails and Dreams crab and shrimp cocktail, and it's going to a very discerning diner.
We're gonna make a dish for 2 Michelin star chef who's eating here at lunch. This make it beautiful. Make it like we do it.
2-star chef. Okay, that's.
All over. Then you see the little things.
Got that black bit.
It's really fiddly, meticulous work. It's a way of cooking where everything has to be perfect every step of the way.
Yeah, it looks nice. He's doing well. He's working clean, and you say it once, and he does it. You're looking at the details. It looks nice. Has to go up now.
Yes, chef. Okay.
It's really sexy. I have just a goose skin now. It's really so fine. For me, it's absolutely 3 stars. Absolutely.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you, Chef.
It was beautiful.
Thank you very much.
It was very good.
It's really so fine. For me, it's absolutely 3 stars. Absolutely.
Hey, congratulations.
Thank you, Chef.
It was beautiful.
Thank you very much.
It was very good.
Thank you. Yeah, it was really enjoyable. Really enjoyable.
They have survived service, but Alex, Tim, and Dhruv now face the most daunting test of all. They each have to cook the signature dish that helped make the restaurant famous and serve it to the legendary chef who created it.
Mark has asked me to make one of the very well-known puddings from the restaurant. You know, I've made puddings, but for no one as more accomplished. So it's a great honour, and I'm a bit nervous. I want to get it absolutely right.
Thank you, Tim. Excellent. Very nice.
Tim has made Mark's incredibly delicate dessert of warm chocolate mousse in a thin phyllo pastry shell with caramelized mango and a vanilla ice cream, sprinkled with pistachio pieces.
Seasoning is good, not too sugary. The caramel is very good, not too sweet.
Okay.
Perfect.
Thank you, Chef.
Good luck for the final contest in London, and I'm sure you will win. He's very clever and very talented. For the first day here in the kitchen, he's very quick. When I see him, I think he's cooking since years and years.
Today it's been really special. Mark has taught me so much and gave me some really great comments. I feel really kind of buzzy and inspired to go on and win the competition now.
It's so important for me to impress the chef with this dish. The number one compliment he could pay me is if he says that it's good enough to serve in the restaurant.
Alex must impress both Massimiliano and his brother Raphael, the restaurant manager.
Have for you.
Fantastic.
Alex has made Massimiliano's famed saffron risotto, sprinkled with licorice root powder.
I think, Alex, you have made a very nice rice. The balance is perfect from saffron and licorice. Great cooking. Your interpretation is very good, really. We can serve in our restaurant, sure.
Good. Thank you very much.
This one, I think, is perfect. Very close to our best risotto served here, so bravo.
You have understand what it means for me, this dish.
Good.
So you can work with us if you want.
Thank you. I feel utterly inspired by what I've learned today. Every experience I've had, every meal I've cooked, it all comes down to 3 plates of food. I'm just going to make sure they taste fantastic.
This is pretty intense. Very nerve-wracking, very nervous. I've got to really focus.
Dhruv has made Johnny's 2 dimensions, 2 spaces, a salad of white fish cooked 4 ways with pickled mushrooms and baby vegetables.
The fillet
That's had to be exactly precise, and that was very good. Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
This is exactly the same as we serve in the restaurant. So this is what we serve, and you did it. And you know what it's all about.
Thank you, chef. Thank you very much.
I think you're born to be a cook. It's in your blood. You can see it.
Person who was one day in my kitchen, I think he picked up very well. I think he's going to be a chef one day, because what my wife says, he has it in his blood.
That was really emotional, actually. Praise that high from somebody like that it's just unbelievable.
Not so long ago, our 3 finalists were amateurs in their own home kitchen. They have just cooked in some of the greatest restaurants in the world. Now, what comes up next, I think, is truly exciting.
They have their final 3 dishes. Which of these guys has proved they have got the potential, the creativity, the necessary skill to make it as a pro? This is it. Right now, 3 plates of food divide one of you from the MasterChef title.
Good luck, gentlemen. 2 hours, 3 courses. Let's cook.
I've given myself quite a bit to do today, but I think I've finally managed to work out what my style is. I've taken some classic ideas and put a really modern twist on them. You know, I'm playing with flavours, and if I can pull them off, I think they're worthy of the title. This really is something that I've thought about and hoped for a very long time. So to have this affirmation that my food is actually pretty good is wonderful.
What do you think it's going to take today to win the competition, Alex?
It's going to take calm and care and attention. I think I can deliver some of the best food you've ever tasted.
Alex is cooking us pheasant saltimbocca, beetroot, jus and spheres of butternut squash. The difficulty for him is to make sure that little butternut squash sphere bursts open and has the flavour. Main course of venison and of red cabbage, but it's got to be right on the money. The dessert is tat-tat-tat with pear. Then a blue cheese ice cream. Oh, that's a mystery ride, a culinary magical mystery ride. Gentlemen, you have had 45 minutes.
Everything I've been through and done and learnt and experienced over the last few weeks will be sitting in front of me as 3 plates of food. This is MasterChef Final, you know, I've got to show that I'm worthy of that title.
What would it mean to you to win, Drew?
Oh, it would mean the world to me. More than anything for my own self-belief. It's kind of made me think, you know what, maybe it is more than just friends and family saying I can rustle up dinner quite well. I mean, this is step 1 of hopefully many more.
Dhruv has got a lot going on in his menu, not just a lot of work to do, but every single dish, there are huge amounts of flavours. Dhruv is starting off with poached lobster with saffron and ginger. For main course, he is going fusion all the way. We've got venison with fenugreek on top of the potatoes. You have got flavours and textures combining there that only a real genius cook could bring together. He's got a poached pear, masala ice cream, and then a little chocolate truffle on the side. It sounds beautiful. You have just 30 minutes left.
I'm absolutely not the same cook that walked through the doors the first day. The expectations I have of myself and my self-confidence in the kitchen has rocketed. I want to show John and Greg that I'm prepared to completely go for it and try my very, very best to cook food that's worthy of a winner.
Tim, an exciting day for you?
What a cool day. What an amazing thing to be here cooking for you two, having done what we've done. What I hope I can show you today is that I'm attempting stuff that I just would not have done in the earlier rounds. I'm doing more complicated food, far more techniques. So the margin for error is zero. I have to be perfect today. But it's still the same core Tim food. I'm just a little bit better at it now.
I love the sound of Tim's menu. Starting off with open lasagna, butternut squash, mushrooms and a sage butter. Main course, roast pheasant, pomana, bread sauce in cabbage, and then 2 jellies. It sounds fantastic. Dessert, Mont Blanc, chestnut puree with lots and lots of cream. Serving it with a pear poached in coffee. I look at Tim and desserts and I get excited because I've seen him do some truly beautiful desserts. Gentlemen, you have 10 minutes left. Final push. "60 seconds, please, gentlemen." That's it. Time is up.
For his first course, Alex has made pheasant saltimbocca with spheres of butternut squash, beet leaves, sage and a beetroot reduction.
There is an extraordinary flavour of the bacon wrapped around the pheasant. There is this real rich depth that's coming from that beet reduction, and the sage just brings the whole thing alive. And you are left with a little bit of sweetness that's coming from that butternut squash. It's really tasty, really lovely.
Thank you.
Sweetness of beetroot and then into the salty bacon and into the really nicely cooked pheasant. Such an interesting combination, a pleasant combination.
His main is loin of venison, braised red cabbage, celeriac puree and chips, porcini mushrooms, and a juniper and red currant jus.
I think the beefiness of those porcini, crunch of the cabbage, that beautifully cooked meat and the creamy earthiness of that celeriac puree is really, really good.
I like the softness of the venison, which is great with the sweetness that's coming from your red cabbage and the earthiness that was coming from your very, very well-seasoned celeriac puree. Then you hit that sauce. It's really sweet. For me, the balance of flavour is not quite there.
Alex's dessert is a pear and star anise tarte tatin with blue cheese ice cream and a walnut and tobacco brittle.
That pear inside the pastry, sticky and sweet, and the crispy pastry on the outside, and the flavour of that rich tobacco inside the caramel and the walnuts is absolutely delicious. And then I have to have blue cheese with it. Vanilla ice cream, fine. Ginger ice cream, I get. But blue cheese? Please, no.
Your tarte tatin, that is just lovely. But salty, cold, blue cheese flavoured ice cream does detract from what is otherwise a good tarte tatin.
Drew's starter is saffron and ginger poached lobster tail, celeriac puree and blanched fennel with a beurre noisette foam.
There is that sort of saltiness that comes with the lobster and then the sharpness that goes with that fennel. There is a little warmth coming from the ginger. There's a sort of wonderful mellow flavour of the celeriac sitting right at the back of your palate and then rich with butter. I love it. Love it.
Thank you.
It's gorgeous.
Thank you.
Drew, this is very, very accomplished cooking.
Thank you.
For main course, he has made venison with a potato brunoise and fenugreek crust, sugar-glazed carrots on a carrot and cumin puree, confit chestnuts, and a venison jus.
Everything on the plate, beautifully cooked. The flavour and the texture that comes from those little tiny crispy potatoes wrapped around the outside of that meat after it's been cut, I think is fantastic. It is a really lovely dish, but it needs more oomph.
I think it looks fantastic. I think it looks like a piece of pop art. Again, it's a subtle dish, but I love it.
Thank you.
I absolutely love that. The sweetness of the carrot against that well-cooked meat is absolutely delicious. I don't really know where you're going with this, but I am rapidly falling in love with it. I think your food is really good, mate. Really good.
Drew is finishing with a trio of desserts: poached pear in sauterne and star anise, masala chai ice cream, and a chocolate truffle with pistachio topping.
That is delicious and it's very exciting. There is almost a pepper flavour in that ice cream. When that's gone, you've got juiciness of the pear. When that cleans your palate out, you are left with the sticky cocoa of that wonderful chocolate. That is brilliant.
Thank you.
Although it's absolutely stone cold, the whole thing, you are left with this amazing warmth on your palate. The whole thing looks stunning. The whole thing, I love.
Yeah, very grateful, thank you.
Tim's first course is an open lasagna of roasted squash and wild mushrooms with a sage butter sauce.
The beautiful symmetry of that dish is just fantastic. Beautiful textures, the flavour of sweetness of the squash and then the woodiness of the mushroom. It's soft, it's beautiful. I love the dish.
There's that very big, sweet pumpkin. And then you get hit with woody mushrooms, really, really earthy, and then bang, in comes the sage. I think it's elegant, I think it's sophisticated, I think it's Moorish, and I love it.
Thank you. Yeah.
His main is roasted pheasant, Savoy cabbage parcels of bread sauce, potatoes pomana, and 2 types of jelly, sloe gin and blackberry, and quince.
That's fantastic. That is beautiful. The bird is cooked really, really well. It's moist, it's well seasoned. But what makes it absolutely brilliant is the flavour that is bursting out of those jellies. A little bit of fruitiness, a little bit of spiciness as well. That's a delight, my friend. It's just beautiful. It's got little sweet notes that come from the jellies. It's got beautiful texture from the bird. It's got buttery bits that are coming from the potato. I think it's delicious. Actually, I want to sit there and eat the rest of it right now.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
For dessert, Tim has made Mont Blanc, sweetened chestnut puree with almond meringue, marron glacé, blackberries, and a pear poached in coffee.
Look at that. That is stunning. It is sweet, not too sweet. There is just the hint of almond in there as well. And all that lovely sweet juice, it's lovely.
Okay.
It's a couple of little things I would tweak and change, but fundamentally it's fantastic.
Thank you very, very much.
I love the texture. I love that real crunchy almond biscuit and the sauce that sits around the outside. It's just that coffee in those pears is extremely strong. The blackberries I absolutely love with the dish. I think the coffee is a mistake.
Right.
But the skill that's gone into the dish, the thought that's gone in the dish should be applauded because I think it's extraordinary. Gentlemen, thank you very much. This is going to be one of the toughest decisions we have ever had to make. Only one of you will be our champion. I am really, really proud of these three. Really proud of them. They excelled. All three of them presented food which was creative, exciting, great textures, great flavours, things that just tasted amazing. I think Alex is one of the bravest finalists we've ever had. He does do different sorts of food. His presentation has big splashes of colour. The cooking on every single plate is extremely skilled. An extraordinary style which is really daring.
I'm just grateful to have got this far and feel privileged to have had these experiences. Winning the title would be the icing on the cake, but I've still got the cake.
Tim, he's been coming in here with a huge smile on his face and truly delivering great, great food. His 3 courses looked elegant, and the main course actually set my toes on fire. To take a classic dish to the next level as an amateur and deliver with such style, with such precision, I think is a real accomplishment. Tim is a brilliant, brilliant cook.
It's a culmination of so much drive, determination, passion, time away from my family that I can't put that into words. It means everything to me to win this.
But crying out loud, Drew's food is just... That is 3 of the nicest dishes I've eaten in a while. His food today was absolutely exceptional. It looked amazing. It tasted more than amazing. There were little touches in there which I think were brilliant.
It means everything to me, really. Being able to become a professional chef is my ultimate dream. It's a very fine thread now that everything's hanging on, and I just hope, just really, really hope that I've done enough.
These three should be very, very proud of themselves, but that is going to be no consolation to them at all if they don't win, because they've all given absolutely everything and more. Who is our champion? We have made our decision. Our MasterChef champion is Drew. Congratulations.
It's a bit of a pain that I haven't won, but I'm still a million miles further on in my dream to change my life. In a little tiny way, perhaps that's more important than the trophy.
Obviously disappointed. I didn't cook at my best. I made a couple of little mistakes. But any disappointment that I'm feeling now is offset by both admiration and genuine happiness for Drew, because he deserves it.
Literally pinching myself, I can't believe it. It's years of dreams and ambitions and mind-blowing. I'm just... words can't begin to explain how I feel right now. I'm now on the path to where I want to go. And I'm so excited, I can't wait to, get back in the kitchen.
Drew, I've got to say, is probably one of the most amazing talents I have ever seen. He has a palate of an angel. The guy has a talent that very few people will ever have, and that is to cook the most amazing fusion food that I've ever tasted. Well deserved.
Thank you, guys. Yeah, this is the first piece of furniture for my restaurant.